Today I'm going to demonstrate how to import samples, subsamples, and containers into the RSpace Inventory system using CSV files. This is the first of several videos that will together act as a tutorial to help you understand how to perform these different sorts of imports. Each video will gradually show increasingly complex examples. If you'd like to learn more, you can go to documentation.researchbase.com and do a quick in search for imports. Click on the first result to get you to the import samples, subsamples, and containers into inventory documentation page. Really, everything you need to know about the import process is here in text, but I'm going to perform a few demonstrations today and create videos of these that you can watch on our YouTube channel. If I scroll all the way to the bottom of this page, you'll also see that here we have a downloadable zip file containing a bundle of demonstration CSV files that you can use to practice performing these sorts of imports. Feel free to download this, unpack it. You can edit these files, change some of the details, and get them to work with your particular RSpace server. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start with an extremely simple initial example where I'll import just a very simple RSpace list container into the inventory system. I'm going to click Create, and then under the CSV import sub area, I'll click on Containers. That will take me to the import wizard. Notice that Containers is already highlighted because RSpace knows that that's what I'm going to import now. I'll click Select Container CSV, and this will open a list of CSV files that are on my local computer. I'll choose List Container from that selection of files and say Open. RSpace will read the file, and it will show me a list of columns that it's found on the right, and then it will show me the fields that those will be mapped to in RSpace on the left. Now if I want to, I can bend some of the logic here. For example, I'm going to select this column in the CSV called Type, and I'm going to tell the system that I would like to use that to fill the field called Description inside RSpace. Let's take a quick look at the CSV file itself to see how simple it is. I'll open up the CSV file in LibreOffice, and you can see this file is really just made up of three columns. We have the name of the container, the type, which is listed as cardboard box, and the import ID. You can ignore this for now. This is something we'll be using in a subsequent video. So assuming that I see no errors here, this means that the system is now ready to import this container, and I can say import containers. Since I haven't specified where I would like to make this container, in RSpace, anytime that you haven't specified a location, RSpace will create new entities in your bench. I'll go to my bench area, and here we can see what I sometimes call a virtual container, or if you prefer, you can just call it an import folder. This contains anything that I've recently imported. I can click on the unique identifier for that to see inside that virtual container, and in it I'll see the list container that I just made. I'll click on the unique identifier for that, and I'll go ahead and collapse all of these different sections initially so that we can see these more clearly. Under the overview, you can see that the container I just imported is located here in my container hierarchy. If I want to, under the details area, I can see that sure enough, in the description field, the term cardboard box was written in from the CSV file. If I want to now, I can also now move that container from its current location to some other location. So for example, I could select it here, go ahead and say move, and say I'd like to move that to perhaps the RD principal storage room. I'll select that as my destination and tell the system that I would like to go ahead and move my newest container to that storage room. And I can do that by clicking on Set as Target here and then say Move. If I now go back to my bench, you'll see that the import folder, that's now empty, so if I want to, I can go ahead and delete that. I won't be able to delete that import folder until I've moved everything out of it to some other location. Alright, so that's how we can import a very simple container into RSpace. Let's now go ahead in some of the other videos and look at some more complex examples.